I believe the music video we have created both follows and challenges relevant genre and music video conventions in order to create an effective, realistic, and professional media text suitable for our target audience of young people. At the beginning of the planning process, each member of the group carried out research into the conventions of both music videos in general and a specific genre. From the start of our planning, we decided we would create a music video to an R&B song. Therefore, we all researched R&B conventions and drew conclusions on the popular and effective conventions we would like to use in our video, as well as the ones we would like to challenge. One of the first decisions we made in relation to this was to follow the music video convention of using both performance and narrative aspects in our music video. We came to this conclusion for a range of reasons. We felt that this would both be effective in keeping the professional quality of the music video while still producing an emotional and heartfelt storyline that would accompany the aura of the song. However, in early rough cuts, you can still observe that our videos are much more focused on the narrative than the performance aspects. Although we felt that the narrative was important in both understanding and triggering specific emotions from our audience, we concluded from early cuts that too much narrative resulted in the video feeling longer, less professional, and frankly, less engaging and enticing. Therefore, we decided to rethink our video again and make a more equal divide between the screen time of the narrative and performance in our music video in order to keep our audience engaged and break up the scenes. However, despite choosing to follow this convention, we were able to challenge it at the same time. In most music videos, you will find a clear and distinguishable divide between the action in the narrative and the performance scenes of the music video. Although we still made it easy for our audience to distinguish the different scenes through the use of costume, location, and props, we still decided to intertwine them in a sense with the use of props and a storyline. Throughout the video, the audience will witness Elijah holding a bunch of roses in the performance scenes. Paired with the high levels of romance in the early narrative scenes, our preferred reason was at this stage the audience would just assume the roses are to add to the romantic atmosphere of the music video. However, we hope that this interpretation would change after they witness the couple arguing and assume the roses are as an apology from Elijah to his girlfriend. Finally, after they see Elijah go to the graveyard to visit his girlfriend, they will realise that the roses are for him to put on his girlfriend's grave. As although ambiguous to how, it is now clear to the audience that she has in fact passed away. By combining the performance and narrative through the storyline and the prop of roses, we hope to add ambiguity to the music video and produce a heightened emotional response from the audience of sadness and empathy, and further allow them to witness Elijah's character and get to know him as we worked on creating a brand for him as an artist. Another popular convention in music videos is including a range of camera shots and angles. We chose to use this convention in order to allow our videos to remain of a professional quality. Although in research of other music videos, we accepted that some videos, such as Jhené Aiko and Childish Gambino's Bedpiece, benefited from the home video themed authenticity, we did not feel like that technique would be beneficial to our music video. In order to portray this, we used shots such as over-the-shoulder shots, medium shots, long shots, and close-ups at different points in the video. Furthermore, we used the different shots to represent different emotions. For example, we used close-ups in times of emotional build-up in the video, e.g. when Elijah is on the way to his girlfriend's grave in the performance shots, or when the song itself reaches an emotional climax, or when his girlfriend is crying after their breakup. By only using close-ups at these points, we intended to further the impact and distraught emotions our audience would be feeling at said points in the song and video by allowing them to relate to our actors. However, although this abided by the conventions of music videos, by using different shots to portray different emotions, we challenged the conventions of R&B. Most R&B music videos focus on happiness, fame and fortune, promiscuity and sex, and living life on the edge. However, we chose to go against these stereotypes with our main themes focusing on sadness, nostalgia, and romance. We portrayed this through all elements of our music video, from mise-en-scène to camera angles to editing. We used locations such as Central London at Christmas time in order to add to the romance of the song. We used the narratives as flashbacks and used slow motion editing and close-up shots in order to add to the nostalgia. And we used locations such as a cemetery and a romantic build-up within the editing of the video in order to add impact and create emotions of sadness among the audience. Another way in which we challenged the convention of R&B was by going against dress codes present in other videos. A popular stereotype of R&B falls around the overt sexualization of females. This can be seen in the use of derogatory terms towards females, the presence of females usually dancing in sexual ways, and the use of minimal clothing when dressing females for R&B music videos. Although these conventions are more likely to be seen in the more recent R&B, we challenged them, following conventions we found more common to older, slower forms of R&B music. We did this by dressing our female protagonists in trendy rather than sexy clothes, using must-have teen wardrobe essentials such as bomber jackets, which are commonly worn by youth in London. This aided us in appealing to our target audience of inner-city young people, as they would be able to relate to the characters through our use of costume and current fashion trends. We chose to go against conventions based around the theme of sex and promiscuity, as earlier referred to, as we did not feel it would fit with the narrative of the music video, and would be an effective portrayal of the female protagonist in relation to the song. Furthermore, we felt a focus on the sexuality would be out of place within our music video and the general aura of the song, as well as reducing the effectiveness of the reveal at the end of the music video. However, we also used costume and other forms of mise-en-scène in order to create symbolism. We felt symbolism is an important convention to music videos because it allows audiences to draw their own conclusions from the ambiguity it creates and gives a sense of depth to the video. Therefore, we integrated this throughout our video. For example, one way was through our use of costumes. I previously stated why we did not stick to the sexy genre convention for costumes. Instead, we chose to put this to a clever use in adding a sense of pathetic fallacy to the piece. We did this through dressing our female protagonists in black clothes throughout. Whether it be through statement black jackets or something as simple as black jeans, our female protagonist remains in black. This creative use of costume allows us to foreshadow her death prior to revealing it to our audience, and may allow them to pick the storyline before we give the plot twist away ourselves. You can also see this with Elijah in performance scenes, as he is dressed formally in all black as if he is about to attend a funeral. Although the audience may not pick up on this throughout the video, we had hoped at the end, after revealing the death of the female protagonist, that all of these small decisions will tie together. Furthermore, we also used props such as the bunch of roses in order to creatively add to the symbolism throughout the video. Flowers have a huge range of connotations. As explored earlier, they can be depicted to represent romance, an apology, or a death. In using flowers, we hope that all three of these interpretations would occur to our audience at different times of the music video, depending on how much information and how much of the story they had seen. For example, to start with, when merely showing scenes of romance in the narrative, we had hoped the roses would symbolise romance within the performance. In later scenes of arguing, we hoped the romance would symbolise an apology and forgiveness, and at the end, with scenes based around the graveyard, we hoped the roses would symbolise grieving and the afterlife, while still representing the initial interpretation of love. This also emphasises the symbolic message throughout the video, which was how interpretations can change depending on how much you know about a person or situation. We decided to follow some of the current conventions of R&B music videos, however, such as gendered stereotypes. In my music video research, I found gendered stereotypes in the majority of music videos, such as Party Next Door's Come and See Me. We imitated such stereotypes within our own music video through props and mise-en-scène elements such as facial expressions. Examples of this are in scenes such as the argument, where the female protagonist is displayed as more emotional and can be seen crying, compared to the male protagonist, who comes across as more angry and stubborn, shouting at his girlfriend until she leaves the car. Furthermore, the fact that the male is the one with the car presents the stereotypes that can be seen in society, that males tend to be more successful than females, and the fact that he can drive, whereas she, as far as the audience is aware, cannot, present her as not only emotionally, but financially inferior to him, and in society that measures success and power monetarily and materialistically, he comes off as superior. In terms of ancillary conventions, R&B tour posters are generally bright, wordy, with sexualized photo of the artist on front. I saw this in posters I looked at for artists such as Chris Brown, which often featured him topless, or Nicki Minaj, where she is wearing minimal clothing. We challenged this convention again with costume. We presented Elijah in a more innocent and romantic light, with the primary colours of the poster being pastel blue and pink. By using those colours and images such as roses on our tour poster, we challenge the hyper-macho masculinity portrayed within the R&B genre, trading it for a representation of Elijah as romantic, down-to-earth and humble. We feel like this change allowed the audience to get a greater feel of Elijah's personality, and it fit with the tour posters of R&B artists much more his style, such as Party Next Door, whose tour poster was of the sunset rather than of himself topless. Furthermore, we use symbolism in our tour poster, as we did in the music video. We did this through camera angles and positioning of Elijah. We purposely had him looking up to the sky from a low-angle shot. This was in order to create synergy with the music video and the sense of nostalgia, grievance, and the afterlife. The shot of him looking up to the sky intended to be viewed as him looking up to his girlfriend in heaven. This created synergy between our music video and ancillary product, as the same message and the use of symbolism can be seen in both. We also follow convention for our artist website. In my real media research, I established popular features on R&B artists such as Amarian, Party Next Door, and Trey Songz's websites. These included navigational buttons, social media icons, and photos that matched our colour schemes on other products such as brand merch, tour posters, album covers, and music videos. Therefore, when creating our own artist website, we made it a priority to include all of these factors. Personally, I found social media buttons a particularly important feature, as our target audience for Elijah was young people, who are likely to be consumers of social media, and therefore this is an important element in allowing the audience to keep up to date and follow the artist. Furthermore, we researched popular fonts used by R&B artists and found that currently the use of the brush font was trending. We therefore decided to use a brush script font for the tour and album name, as this would hereby make our artist recognisable to our audience as an R&B artist.